Many years ago, during the Vietnam War, it became obvious that special soldiers were needed who could move in small teams to complete secret missions. This was the beginning of a group called the Navy SEALs. Anyone who wants to become a Navy SEAL, whether a boy or girl, must first join the Navy and pass some tests to be sure they are ready. Then they must go through a very difficult camp called boot camp. At boot camp, they do hard things like run through wet sand with all their clothes on, crawl through deep mud, and carry heavy rubber boats. They do lots of sit-ups and push-ups and even more running. Most days they get very little sleep and have to swim far out in the ocean and hold their breath underwater for a very long time. Not only do their bodies have to be strong, but their minds as well. They have to be able to keep going and going and going, even when their body and mind wants to give up. People who want to become Navy SEALs spend many years training before they even go to boot camp. Because boot camp is so hard, many aren't able to finish. This doesn't necessarily mean they are weak. It's just a very great challenge to become a Navy SEAL. At the end of boot camp, they start other training, such as learning how to scuba dive under the water, and how to parachute out of very high airplanes, and how to shoot guns and set off bombs. They also learn how to bandage and save someone who is hurt. The word SEAL is the words sea, air, and land all together. This means a SEAL needs to be able to move across sea, air, and land to accomplish their special missions. SEAL training can last up to a year, but even when they are done, they keep practicing and practicing. A Navy SEAL is never fully done learning and improving. At the end of their first training, these men and women are given a gold badge that has an eagle on it, which they can pin to their Navy uniform. It is a very exciting day because they have worked so hard and so long to reach their goal. Once a Navy SEAL has completed their training, they are assigned to a team. That team may live anywhere in the world because their mission may take place anywhere in the world, and they need to be close and ready when they are needed. When a mission does take place, the Navy SEALs may get there by airplane, where they parachute down, or it might be by a boat, or helicopter, or even by a submarine if they are scuba swimming to their mission. They wear camouflage clothes depending on where the mission is, if it's in the desert, or the jungle, or in the city. The Navy SEALs have helped in many wars in the past and are active today in places like the Middle East when they have missions to stop those who would hurt others, or to rescue someone who's been kidnapped. SEALs are very fast and expert at what they do and can get in and out of places very fast. In one case, they had to stop modern-day pirates who had taken captives on a big ship. In another case, they rescued a girl soldier who had been captured by the enemy. Often Navy SEALs have to sacrifice their own lives when they go on these dangerous missions. A few years ago, a whole team of Navy SEALs landed by helicopter in an enemy area. The leader of this team was named Marcus. While sneaking through the woods, Marcus and his team found a boy and his father and weren't sure whether they were good or bad. They let them go because they were kind, and it turns out the father was bad, and soon many enemies were attacking Marcus and his team. They fought and tried to survive for very long, but soon only Marcus was left. The rest of his team did not make it, but Marcus was strong and kept fighting and running until he was taken in by someone who lived nearby. Sometimes it's not easy to know who is a friend or an enemy in war, but this family took care of Marcus until a helicopter came and took him away. Navy SEALs are in some ways ordinary people who want to make a change in the world and serve their country. Their job is never easy, but they practice long and hard to be very good at what they do. Tonight, spend some time thinking about what you can do to improve yourself like a Navy SEAL. You don't have to become a Navy SEAL to make yourself strong or become better at something. It might just be playing outside instead of watching TV, or riding your bike, or swimming, or doing something kind for someone else. You can have the spirit of a Navy SEAL, which is to accomplish great things, even when they take time and practice.
If you enjoyed this episode, you can go to facebook.com/bedtime history and like our page and share it with your friends. You can also find our videos at youtube.com/bedtime history.